Alright, so two different cameras in the ultra low budget segment. One is the Qubo Pro X and the another is the Nexdigitron Neo. So both cameras look pretty much the same, as you can see, in terms of their size, in terms of their shape and design. I mean, you hardly find any difference except a few here and there. Specifically talking, the Nexdigitron Neo has slightly bigger lens module compared to the Qubo Pro X, and also the Qubo has a glossy black finish at the front with the Qubo branding. The Nexdigitron Neo, on the other hand, has a matte black finish. Also on the bottom, you can see in terms of the Nexdigitron Neo, it has got a red border for the power button. In terms of the Qubo, it has a black border. Also slightly different in terms of the design for the speaker module. So except for a few changes here and there, both cameras look and feel pretty much the same. But do they perform similarly in terms of the video quality, and is one camera better than the other one? Let's take a look and find out.
So let's quickly take a look at some of the important differences between the Neo and the Qubo. The Qubo dashcam comes at a price of 3490, whereas the Nexdigitron Neo comes at a price of 2999. In case of the Qubo Pro X, it doesn't have any CPL filter, nor the OBD2 kit, nor the Hardwire Kit, and not even the suction mount. Where in case of the Neo, it gets all these accessories. Of course, you'll have to purchase them separately. They did not come right within the box. In case of the Qubo Pro X, it gets a 1 TB SD card support. In case of the Nexdigitron Neo, it supports memory cards up to 128 GB. So once you install the Nexdigitron Neo dashcam, you can rotate the camera towards the cabin, towards the inside, and the video footage automatically flips to give you a proper orientation, a proper look of the cabin, so you can record even inside the car whenever it's needed. But if you do the same thing with the Qubo Pro X, just rotate the camera towards the inside, the video does not get flipped automatically, and you still continue to get a inverted video footage as you're seeing on the screen right now. Moving on to the video sample comparison now, this is specifically I'm showing you the license plate or the number plate readability between the Neo and the Qubo. So this is a snapshot during daytime, and you can see the Nexdigitron Neo is on the top and the Qubo Pro X is on the bottom. So that's a Maruti Swift Dzire on the right side, and let's take a look at the number plate of this car and see the comparison between these two cameras. So here is the zoomed in picture of the number plate from both the cameras. You can clearly see that in both cameras you can make out the number plate. All letters and numbers are clearly visible, but I think the Qubo Pro X exhibits a slightly higher amount of noise compared to the Nexdigitron Neo. Also, it does tend to give off a slightly warmer tone. Now moving on to the nighttime number plate readability comparison. Now before I actually zoom in on the number plate, do note that the headlight of my car is not directly focused on the number plate, and it's falling right below the number plate at the lower bumper region. And if we try to zoom in at this particular instance, you get a more or less similar image from both the cameras. The number plate readability is decent. In terms of the Nexdigitron Neo, it provides a more balanced tone for the image, but in terms of the Qubo, it gives off a more warmer tone. Also, as seen in the previous example, a slightly higher level of noise in the Qubo Pro X sample when compared to the Nexdigitron Neo. So moving on to the direct video quality comparison from both the Nexdigitron Neo and the Qubo Pro X, I've provided the technical details of the videos recorded by each of these cameras. You can take a look at those for your reference. And as seen in the previous examples, the Qubo Pro X does tend to give off a slightly warmer tone when compared to the Nexdigitron Neo. But taking a direct look at this video quality comparison to the naked eye, I don't think you will be able to make out any drastic or a major difference, and more or less the video quality looks pretty much the same except for the warmer tone of the Qubo. The video quality looks usable and decent in both cameras and should be sufficient for day-to-day use. Moving on to the nighttime video quality comparison, a very similar experience again. To the naked eye, you might not find any direct difference or a drastic difference between the video qualities from both these cameras. Although the point to note is that the Neo offers a higher bitrate and a higher file size when compared to the Qubo Pro X. Both cameras do tend to offer a similar experience with nothing major to be written off against any one of those. If you have any doubts or queries regarding any of these cameras, you can always write that down in the comments, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Make sure to go ahead and hit that subscribe button and smash that like button of this video. And also don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you get notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks for watching, and see you in the next one.